Welcome back to our channel, King of United States, where we dive deep into the lives of America's most iconic heroes and celebrities. Today, we're bringing you an incredible journey of a man whose name has been etched in Hollywood history, Benjamin Affleck. You may know him as an award-winning actor, a director, a screenwriter, or even as Batman. But behind that superstar image lies a story filled with passion, persistence, challenges, redemption, and triumph. So sit back and let us walk you through the inspiring life of Ben Affleck. Ben was born on August 15, 1972, in Berkeley, California, but was raised in Cambridge, Massachusetts. His father, Timothy Byers Affleck, held a series of blue-collar jobs, including janitor, carpenter, and even a bookie at one point, while his mother, Christine Ann Bolt, was a Harvard-educated schoolteacher. The family struggled financially, and Ben was no stranger to hardship early on. His parents divorced when he was just 11 years old, and his father's struggles with alcoholism left a deep impact on him. These early experiences would later inform his performances and fuel his passion for storytelling. Ben's first exposure to acting came at a very young age. He starred in a local independent film when he was just 7 and later appeared in a PBS educational series called The Voyage of the Mimi. That early exposure wasn't just a hobby. It planted a seed that would grow into a lifelong career. But Ben wasn't alone. He had a childhood friend who would end up being one of his closest allies in the industry, Matt Damon. Matt and Ben grew up just 2 blocks away from each other and attended the same schools. They shared a passion for acting and cinema. Together, they dreamed of making it big in Hollywood. And in the mid-1990s, they did just that. Unable to find good roles, the two friends decided to write their own. That script would become the Oscar-winning film, Good Will Hunting. Released in 1997, Good Will Hunting was a game-changer. Ben and Matt not only starred in the film but also wrote it, and won the Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay. It was a surreal moment for the two best friends from Boston. Ben Affleck had officially arrived in Hollywood. But as with many meteoric rises, there were bumps along the way. After Good Will Hunting, Ben starred in a string of blockbusters like Armageddon, Pearl Harbor, and The Sum of All Fears. While these films were commercially successful, critics weren't always kind. His relationship with the press became strained, especially during his highly publicized romance with Jennifer Lopez in the early 2000s. Their relationship, dubbed Benifer by the media, was scrutinized relentlessly. The 2003 film, Geely, which they starred in together, was a critical and commercial disaster. It was a low point for Ben. The negative press, a string of box office flops, and personal struggles began to take their toll. But Affleck didn't give up. Instead, he recalibrated. He turned his attention behind the camera and began directing. In 2007, he made his directorial debut with Gone Baby Gone, a gritty crime drama starring his brother, Casey Affleck. The film was a critical success and marked the beginning of a new chapter in Ben's career. In 2010, he directed and starred in The Town, a heist film that solidified his reputation as a serious filmmaker. But it was Argo, released in 2012, that would be his crowning achievement. Argo was based on the true story of a CIA mission to rescue 6 Americans from Iran during the hostage crisis. The film was a major success, both critically and commercially. It won the Academy Award for Best Picture, and Ben received a Golden Globe for Best Director. It was the comeback story Hollywood loves, and Ben Affleck was once again on top. But life, as always, was not without its challenges. Affleck has been open about his battles with alcoholism. He checked into rehab multiple times and spoke candidly about how addiction affected his career and relationships. This honesty resonated with many fans who appreciated his willingness to confront his demons publicly. During this time, Ben's personal life was also making headlines. He married actress Jennifer Garner in 2005, and the couple had 3 children together. Though they divorced in 2018, both have spoken respectfully of one another and continue to co-parent their children. In a world where celebrity breakups often turn messy, theirs remained a story of maturity and mutual respect. In 2016, Ben took on the iconic role of Batman in Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. His portrayal of the Dark Knight received mixed reviews, but fans appreciated the older, more world-weary version of Bruce Wayne that he brought to life. He reprised the role in Justice League, and even made a cameo in 2023's The Flash. While his stint as Batman may not have satisfied every fan or critic, it showed Ben's commitment to reinventing himself and taking creative risks. He even directed a standalone Batman movie script that, although ultimately shelved, drew praise from those who had a glimpse of it. In recent years, Affleck has continued to push boundaries. His performance in The Way Back, where he plays a basketball coach struggling with alcoholism, was deeply personal and widely praised. It felt less like a performance and more like a confession, a therapeutic journey through art. He also reunited with Jennifer Lopez, reigniting their romance nearly 2 decades after their first engagement. In 2022, they got married, and fans couldn't help but root for their fairy tale ending. It was a moment that symbolized second chances, both in love and in life. Ben Affleck's story is one of resilience. He has faced the harsh spotlight of fame, personal failures, and public criticism, but each time, he's risen stronger. From a struggling kid in Massachusetts to a Hollywood A-lister, writer, director, father, and advocate, Ben Affleck continues to redefine what it means to be a modern American icon. And that brings us to the end of today's episode on King of United States. If you found this story inspiring, if you saw a part of yourself in Ben's journey, then please do subscribe, like, and share. Because every story deserves to be told, and every hero celebrated. Thanks for watching.